noticing your legs feeling increasingly heavy, weak or sore lately? Does standing for extended periods, taking a simple walk or climbing stairs seem more challenging than before? If so, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal. The culprit behind your weakening legs might be something completely unexpected, something you're actually consuming daily with the best intentions for your health. We're talking about certain dietary elements that are secretly sabotaging your mobility and independence. Surprisingly, two specific vitamins, ones typically praised for their health benefits, could actually be contributing to muscle weakness, joint strain, and overall instability in your legs. Every bite of food and every supplement you take might be feeding this growing weakness without your knowledge. The most alarming part, these two vitamins might be sitting in your medicine cabinet right now. You probably purchased them, believing they would protect your health, strengthen your bones, and support your body. The reality couldn't be more different. They might actually be accelerating muscle deterioration and undermining your leg strength. This comprehensive guide will expose the truth behind these deceptive supplements and foods. You'll discover the real causes behind the persistent fatigue, swelling, stiffness, and pain you've been experiencing. Most importantly, you'll learn exactly what to avoid and what changes to implement starting today to reclaim your strength, energy, and independence. If maintaining strong, reliable legs for years to come is important to you, this information is absolutely essential. Let's dive into the dietary culprits that might be compromising your mobility. Dietary enemies of leg health. 15. Sugary treats and desserts. Those tempting sweet treats that bring comfort and pleasure can become silent saboteurs of your leg health after 60. Consuming excessive refined sugar triggers widespread inflammatory responses throughout your body, with muscles and joints being particularly vulnerable. This chronic inflammation makes your legs more sensitive, uncomfortable, and susceptible to deterioration. Additionally, sugar consumption directly correlates with increased insulin resistance, which depletes crucial muscle energy reserves. When muscles lack adequate energy, they become weakened and function less efficiently. Sugar consumption also contributes to weight gain, placing additional burden on your lower limbs. Each extra pound requires more work from your leg muscles and joints, accelerating wear and tear, intensifying discomfort, and contributing to that feeling of weakness in your lower extremities. For older adults who naturally experience age-related muscle mass decline, this additional stress is particularly concerning. Furthermore, sugar increases the production of toxins in your body, exacerbating inflammatory responses. Greater inflammation makes it increasingly difficult to maintain functional, firm leg muscles. Did you realize that sugar directly impacts blood circulation as well? When consumed excessively, it increases the risk of vascular disorders that restrict blood flow to your lower extremities. Poor circulation means your leg muscles receive less oxygen and nutrients, hampering tissue regeneration and slowing muscle recovery. Beyond these metabolic consequences, sugary treats provide virtually no essential nutrients needed for muscle health, such as protein and magnesium. You're essentially consuming empty calories that weaken rather than strengthen your body. As you age, this type of nutritional imbalance accelerates muscle mass loss, one of the primary enemies of mobility. What seems like a harmless indulgence, and a slice of cake or piece of pie, could actually be undermining your independence and strength. Most commercially produced sweets also contain chemical additives like artificial colorings and preservatives that further aggravate inflammation, disrupting your body's natural balance and directly affecting your muscular system. A significant step toward improvement involves replacing these sugary treats with natural alternatives, such as cinnamon-sprinkled fruit or homemade desserts with reduced sugar content. You can absolutely still enjoy sweet treats, just make wiser choices that honor your body's needs. 14. Fried foods, the crispy culprit. Those crispy, golden fried foods may be irresistible, but their impact on your body after age 60 cannot be overlooked. Rich in trans and saturated fats, these foods significantly elevate inflammatory markers throughout your system. This inflammation directly targets muscles and joints, causing stiffness in your legs, increasing discomfort, and making them more vulnerable to injury. The fats in fried foods also impair blood circulation, complicating muscle oxygenation. With compromised circulation, your body loses its ability to repair and strengthen itself effectively. Fried foods also contribute to blood vessel blockage, further restricting the delivery of essential nutrients to your leg muscles. Over time, this mechanism weakens your body's support structure and accelerates joint deterioration. Major offenders include popular items like donuts, chicken nuggets, French fries, and other deep-fried delicacies. When consumed regularly, these foods overwhelm both your skeletal and circulatory systems. The momentary pleasure simply doesn't justify the long-term health consequences. Have you noticed your legs feeling particularly sore and heavy after a meal rich in fried foods? This is your body responding to the overload of harmful fats. The lengthy digestion process for these foods consumes substantial energy, leaving less available for your muscles, which directly translates to increased leg fatigue. Additionally, regular consumption of fried foods has been linked to weight gain, further compounding stress on your lower extremities. Breaking this cycle can be challenging, but necessary for your long-term mobility. Fried foods also typically offer poor nutritional density, providing minimal vitamins, minerals, and proteins that would otherwise strengthen your muscles. A diet dominated by such foods creates an imbalance that promotes muscle mass deterioration. With less muscle, your legs lose stability and firmness, affecting your ability to bear weight, climb stairs, or walk confidently. Limiting fried foods represents one of several straightforward actions that can help preserve your mobility and independence. Simply switching to healthier cooking methods can make a tremendous difference in maintaining leg strength and function. 13. White bread, the refined carbohydrate challenge. A staple in many breakfast routines and snack selections, white bread's impact on your body after 60 is far from innocent. Made from refined flour, it undergoes processing that removes most fiber and essential nutrients, resulting in a rapidly absorbed carbohydrate that spikes blood glucose levels. These spikes directly impact muscle health, particularly in your legs, generating feelings of fatigue and weakness. Regular consumption leads to metabolic imbalances that further compromise leg strength. White bread's low fiber content and high glycemic index contribute to increased insulin resistance. This lack of fiber impairs glucose entry into muscle cells, affecting the energy and strength needed for daily activities. The less energy your leg muscles receive, the harder it becomes to maintain muscle firmness. This can evolve into muscle mass loss, a common challenge with aging. Under these circumstances, white bread transitions from a neutral food choice to becoming a potential source of irritation and weakness. The effects extend beyond glucose management. Being a diet choice. Low in proteins and minerals, white bread offers no genuine support for muscle recovery. Older adults require additional protein to prevent sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass. Relying heavily on white bread while neglecting alternative protein sources depletes your body meal by meal. This dietary pattern potentially results in unstable, tired, and weak legs that struggle to support daily activities. Beyond failing to nourish, white bread promotes weight gain, especially when paired with butter, cheeses, or sweet toppings. This excess weight places strain on legs that are inherently more vulnerable as we age, leading to pain, inflammation, and heightened injury risk. Rather than supporting mobility, white bread may actually be limiting it. Each slice might seem harmless, but the cumulative effect of poor dietary choices creates significant problems over time. Fortunately, numerous nutritious alternatives exist. Whole grain breads naturally fermented or made with diverse grains like oats, flaxseed, and rye provide beneficial fibers and nutrients that indirectly enhance muscle function, promote digestion, and help normalize blood sugar levels. When combined with quality proteins and healthy fats like eggs or avocado, these alternatives create balanced meals that support rather than undermine leg health. You don't need to eliminate bread entirely, simply make better choices. 12. Alcoholic beverages. More than just a hangover, the consumption of alcoholic beverages becomes increasingly problematic with age, especially when considering the health of leg muscles and joints. Beyond age 60, your body processes alcohol less efficiently, amplifying its negative effects. One key consequence is impaired absorption of vital minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, nutrients essential for muscle and bone health. Without these components, muscles weaken and bones become more brittle, increasing the risk of fractures and falls. Alcohol directly interferes with muscle repair processes. After any physical exertion, your body requires more time to regenerate. Tissues, resulting in prolonged pain, fatigue, and an elevated risk of injury. Alcoholic beverages also promote dehydration, which compromises muscle flexibility and increases painful leg cramps. Additionally, alcohol impairs liver function, which is linked to the synthesis of compounds vital for tissue health. The connection between alcohol consumption and weight gain is particularly significant. Alcoholic beverages are calorie-dense and promote abdominal fat accumulation even in moderate quantities. This extra weight strains your legs and demands more from your joints, compromising mobility. When combined with the natural age-related decline in muscle mass, these effects can dramatically impact your quality of life and independence. Have you noticed waking up more exhausted and achy after an evening of drinking? This reflects the strain alcohol places on your muscles and joints. Regular consumption elevates your body's inflammatory levels, which worsens discomfort and reduces motivation for physical activity. Over time, this habit significantly undermines your body's ability to remain active and healthy. 11. Processed meats. Convenience at a cost. Many people include processed meats in their daily routines for convenience, but these products conceal serious risks to leg health, particularly in later years. High in sodium and chemical preservatives, foods like bacon, ham, and sausages promote chronic inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation affects joints and causes persistent discomfort in leg muscles, ankles, and knees. These foods may directly contribute to the morning stiffness many people experience upon waking. Processed meats come with another drawback: their high saturated fat content. These fats reduce muscle blood flow, raise harmful cholesterol levels, and compromise circulation. Poor blood flow deprives leg muscles of nutrition and oxygen, impairing their maintenance and regeneration. The result is a gradual weakening of the lower extremities that eventually restricts basic daily activities. Furthermore, these foods contribute to toxin accumulation in your body, placing stress on your liver and kidneys, organs vital for filtering out chemicals that, when collected, lead to muscle fatigue and weakness. Preservatives in processed Meats have also been shown to affect glucose metabolism, reducing available muscle energy. Once again, the effect manifests directly in your legs as persistent feelings of fatigue and heaviness that can significantly impact your quality of life. While older adults sometimes choose these items for convenience, dietary vigilance becomes even more crucial during this life stage. Choosing healthier proteins such as eggs, chicken, fish, and lean cuts of beef represents a key step in maintaining muscle strength and overall health. Simple substitutions can make all the difference. Replace bacon with avocado or olive oil, sausage with cooked eggs, and ham with shredded chicken breast. With these modifications, your body will begin to adapt, allowing your legs to feel lighter and more energetic. 10. Instant noodles, the convenient culprit. For those seeking convenience, instant noodles might seem like the perfect solution. However, their impact on the body after 60 raises serious concerns. Primarily composed of refined flour and chemical additives with minimal nutritional value, this quick meal delivers a calorie-rich offering low in fiber, proteins, and essential micronutrients, components necessary for preserving muscle mass and mobility. One of the main drawbacks of instant noodles is their extremely high sodium content. A single serving can provide more than half your daily recommended sodium intake. Excessive sodium promotes fluid retention, making legs swollen and painful, while increasing blood pressure, which impedes adequate blood flow to muscles. Poor circulation causes muscle tissue to become undernourished, weak, and slower to recover from activity. The chemical additives in the flavoring packets accompanying the noodles present another concern, often connected to chronic inflammatory processes through preservatives, colors, and monosodium glutamate. Even minor inflammatory responses impair joint function and accelerate muscle deterioration, eventually resulting in discomfort, stiffness, and mobility limitations that become increasingly common for those who regularly consume these products. The metabolic impact is equally significant. The lack of fiber increases the glycemic index of the noodles, raising blood sugar levels. This glycemic instability affects insulin function, preventing muscles from effectively utilizing energy. When muscles lack efficient energy utilization, they become weak and fatigue quickly, transforming a simple walk to the store into an exhausting endeavor. 9. Commercially manufactured cakes, sweet saboteurs. Industrially produced cakes may smell like youth and taste like joy, but they conceal ingredients that seriously compromise leg health, particularly during mature years. Loaded with processed sugar, hydrogenated fats, and synthetic preservatives that disrupt metabolism and irritate the body, these products create multiple challenges for maintaining leg strength. Sugar disrupts insulin function and promotes body fat accumulation, not only causing weight gain, but also establishing a metabolic environment unfavorable for preserving muscle strength. The presence of trans fats, used to enhance flavor and extend shelf life, represents another critical component of these cakes. These fats lower beneficial cholesterol while raising harmful cholesterol, compromising blood circulation. Poor blood flow deprives leg muscles of essential nutrients, causing progressive deterioration that leads to lean mass loss, joint stiffness, and potential mobility issues over time. Regular consumption of commercially manufactured cakes is also linked to persistent inflammation, one of the primary causes of muscle weakness and joint discomfort. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, colorings, and other additives influence the immune system and trigger inflammatory responses that primarily impact leg joints. The outcome includes increased discomfort, reduced mobility, and a cycle of sedentary behavior that accelerates muscle loss. Despite their delicious taste, these cakes lack nutritional density. They're high in calories, but deficient in essential nutrients like proteins, calcium, and magnesium that are vital for muscle and bone health. Regularly consuming such foods is comparable to fueling your body with contaminated gasoline. Your muscles are the engine, and they respond with failures, fatigue, and sluggishness. Often, convenience drives our food choices, leading to thoughtless decisions with long-term consequences. Homemade cakes using whole flours, fruits, and natural oils can be just as practical as purchasing ready-made products. But the distinction lies in the impact these choices have on your body over time. Your muscles will appreciate the improved firmness, attitude, and vigor as you re-educate your palate toward healthier options. 8. Ultra-processed cheeses, hidden dangers. Though appearing convenient and delicious, ultra-processed cheeses like spreads, processed slices, and melted cheese products conceal serious risks for those seeking to maintain leg strength after 60. High in sodium and saturated fat, these foods affect both the muscular and vascular systems. Sodium promotes fluid retention and increases blood pressure, while saturated fat undermines blood vessel flexibility, impairing circulation. This combination results in legs becoming more bloated, uncomfortable, and heavy. Ultra-processed cheeses frequently contain preservatives and phosphates that disrupt your body's mineral balance. Two minerals crucial for muscle contraction and bone health, calcium and magnesium, are directly affected. Improper absorption of these minerals causes the body to exhibit signs of muscle fatigue, joint discomfort, and even nighttime cramps. Being large and frequently used, leg muscles are often the first to display warning signals. Another significant aspect is that these cheeses lack high-quality proteins. Unlike artisanal cheeses that better preserve their nutritional profile, ultra-processed varieties undergo industrial methods that diminish their nutritional density. This means that while you're consuming calories, your body isn't receiving the amino acids necessary to maintain muscle mass. Muscle loss represents one of the primary causes of functional decline and dependency with advancing age. Have you noticed that after meals high in processed foods, your body feels heavier and less energetic? This genuine sensation results from the demineralizing and inflammatory action of these products. Over time, the absence of essential nutrients leads to bone weakness and declining muscle performance. Short walks require more effort than they should, and previously manageable steps become challenging obstacles. A beneficial approach to maintaining health involves replacing these products with fresher, less processed cheeses such as ricotta, cottage cheese, or mozzarella. Choices that support rather than undermine leg strength and overall mobility. 7. Commercial ice creams, frozen threat. Among the most popular treats on hot days or as desserts, commercial ice creams pose a significant threat to leg health after 60. These products are calorie-dense and inflammatory, containing saturated fats and substantial levels of refined sugar. This dietary combination causes blood sugar spikes, followed by rapid drops that compromise muscle energy stability. This instability makes legs feel weak, heavy, and more susceptible to fatigue when you need strength and stability most. Ice creams, particularly lower quality varieties, contain saturated fats that damage the cardiovascular system. Oxygenated blood struggles to reach the body's extremities, including the legs, resulting in sensations of numbness, tingling, and even persistent cramps. Over time, this circulatory deficit leads to muscle weakening, mobility loss, and increased fall risk. All while we believe we're simply treating ourselves to a harmless indulgence. Commercial ice creams contain artificial colors, emulsifiers, and thickeners that aggravate bodily inflammation, one of the primary causes of joint and muscle tissue damage. Continued consumption promotes digestive and hormonal irregularities that directly affect the absorption of vital nutrients for muscle development. Without proper nutrition, the body cannot maintain stability and strength. Another critical factor is that these foods provide virtually no genuine nutritional value. Rich in empty calories, they neither build muscles, repair tissues, nor nourish joints. This means that even while enjoying something pleasant, feelings of fatigue persist and potentially intensify. The impact on leg strength is clear: reduced firmness, increased daily discomfort, and decreased tolerance for physical activity. 6. Milk. Chocolate sweet deception. Whether enjoyed as dessert or a midday pleasure, milk chocolate features in many people's routines. However, regular consumption can have more serious consequences than initially apparent, particularly affecting the legs of individuals over 60. High in sugar and saturated fat, milk chocolate promotes inflammatory mechanisms that directly influence joints and muscles. The combination of high glucose and poor quality fat creates metabolic overload, accelerating the decline of muscle power when you need it most. The low cocoa content in milk chocolate presents another issue, as cocoa contains beneficial antioxidants. Most commercial versions leave a highly processed product loaded with preservatives and artificial sweeteners. These chemicals damage the liver and pancreas while disrupting the absorption of vital nutrients for muscle health. The result: exhausted legs lacking vigor and more susceptible to aches and stiffness. Simple sugars in milk chocolate are rapidly absorbed, causing insulin spikes that deplete muscle energy. For individuals already struggling to maintain lean mass, this metabolic volatility is particularly problematic. Furthermore, milk chocolate consumption often correlates with abdominal weight gain, increasing strain on the lower extremities. This continuous overload accelerates wear and tear on knee, hip, and ankle joints, compromising mobility and independence. However, healthier alternatives allow enjoyment without sacrificing health. High cocoa chocolate provides antioxidants and flavonoids that support circulation and muscle function when consumed in moderation. 5. Canned foods. Convenience with consequences. Though highly convenient, canned foods contain numerous ingredients that significantly endanger leg health in older age. Most of these products include chemical preservatives, such as sodium benzoate and nitrites, along with colorings, salt, and other additives that inflame muscles and damage vascular health. When consumed regularly, these substances impede muscle regeneration and prevent proper muscle oxygenation. The excessive salt in canned goods promotes fluid retention, one of the primary reasons for heavy, uncomfortable legs. This retention not only causes discomfort, but may also indicate poor circulation and tissue inflammation. For those with hypertension, common after 60, the problem worsens as additional salt stresses the cardiovascular system and compromises the supply of essential nutrients to muscles. The decline in nutritional quality represents another concerning aspect of canned foods. Even canned meats and vegetables undergo processes that strip away most of their inherent nutrients. What remains is a diet low in minerals and vitamins, but high in toxins the body must eliminate. This metabolic stress depletes energy and compromises muscle performance. Your food choices may be more responsible for persistent fatigue and leg weakness than you realize. Furthermore, although present in small quantities, the aluminum found in some cans can accumulate in the body over time. Evidence suggests that regular consumption of metal container-stored meals may harm the neurological system and muscle function, increasing the risk of falls, imbalances, and gradual weakening, a risk that simply isn't worth taking given the other options available. For those wishing to maintain mobility, an essential first step involves avoiding canned products and choosing fresh, frozen, or naturally preserved alternatives. Cooking with authentic ingredients, free of synthetic additives, offers nearly immediate benefits to well-being while protecting your autonomy and quality of life as you age. 4. Filled cookies and processed snacks. Dangerous convenience. Many people include filled cookies and processed snacks in their regular diet, but after 60, their consumption can accelerate leg strength deterioration. These foods represent genuine aggressors to your body, filled with artificial substances, including dyes, flavorings, preservatives, and stabilizers. They not only irritate the body, but also stress vital organs like the liver and kidneys, directly disrupting circulation and the absorption of essential nutrients for musculature. These items typically provide high calories with minimal nutritional value. They're calorie-dense but nutrient-poor. For older adults, this imbalance is particularly harmful since the body no longer retains nutrients as efficiently as it did in youth. A more nutritious, functional diet becomes necessary to offset the natural muscle mass loss associated with aging. Consuming foods high in sugar, hydrogenated fat, and salt only accelerates this decline. The trans fats commonly used in these products represent another significant concern. This type of synthetic fat ranks among the key inflammatory factors in modern diets. These fats not only block arteries, but also hinder the flow of oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to muscles. Poor irrigation of leg muscles results in discomfort, fatigue, and occasionally a sensation of unsteady legs. The excessive sodium in these foods causes fluid retention, worsening lower limb edema. Swollen legs often indicate underlying problems. Poor diet combined with compromised circulation creates ideal conditions for developing varicose veins, chronic pain, and a feeling of heaviness while walking. These snacks and cookies trigger glucose spikes followed by rapid drops, weakening the body and creating an endless cycle of hunger for more food. This negative pattern decreases muscle energy and promotes weight gain, diminishing your capacity to maintain strong, healthy, and functional legs for daily activities. 3. Monosodium glutamate, the hidden saboteur. From ready-made seasonings to instant noodles, meat broths, packet soups, and numerous frozen meals, processed foods frequently contain monosodium glutamate. Though intended to enhance food flavor, this additive's effects extend far beyond taste. For individuals over 60, regular consumption can be particularly harmful to leg muscles. Monosodium glutamate affects crucial neurotransmitters controlling muscle contraction through the neurological system. Those more sensitive to this chemical may experience muscle aches, headaches, tingling sensations, and general fatigue. When these effects manifest in the legs, they create sensations of heaviness, stiffness, and sometimes slight tremors. As the body becomes increasingly vulnerable to excitotoxic chemicals that damage neurons, the problem intensifies with age. Furthermore, monosodium glutamate triggers persistent bodily inflammation, affecting joints, muscles, and blood vessels. This inflammation compromises muscle function and circulation in the extremities. Poorly oxygenated legs significantly increase the likelihood of muscle weakness, cramping, and mobility loss. Many foods containing monosodium glutamate also tend to be high in sodium, exacerbating fluid retention and leg edema. This additive also affects energy metabolism, altering muscular glucose consumption. This reduces the muscle's efficiency in converting energy into strength, compromising leg function even during basic activities like climbing stairs or walking short distances. Over time, this dietary pattern may contribute to muscle mass loss and increased dependency on others for daily tasks. Many consumers remain unaware of their regular monosodium glutamate intake, as product labels often disguise it under various names including flavor enhancer, hydrolyzed protein, and other technical terms that obscure its actual impact. Now let's expose the two vitamins that, when consumed excessively, can seriously compromise your leg strength and mobility. 2. Excess vitamin A. Too much of a good thing. Vitamin A is essential for numerous bodily processes including vision, immunity, and skin integrity. However, excessive vitamin A, particularly from supplements, can prove harmful and lead to various adverse effects, including damage to leg muscles. Beyond age 60, the body struggles more to metabolize and eliminate excess amounts of this vitamin, increasing the risk of accumulation in the liver and joints. Muscle pain, particularly in the legs and back, ranks among the most common symptoms of hypervitaminosis A. Though stemming from vitamin excess that inflames muscle tissues, this discomfort might be misinterpreted as joint or spinal problems. Beyond pain, reports of muscle weakness, difficulty climbing stairs, walking or rising from prolonged sitting clearly indicate disrupted nutritional balance. Excessive vitamin A also interferes with the absorption of other essential minerals, including magnesium and calcium. Without these minerals, muscles cannot contract and relax properly, promoting the development of fatigue, spasms, and cramps in the legs. Furthermore, vitamin A accumulation in the liver may impair energy production, compromising muscle function. The result is a gradual decline in mobility and strength that significantly impacts quality of life. Excess vitamin A produces another adverse effect: bone demineralization, especially in the legs and hips, areas heavily used in daily activities. This weakens bones and increases fracture risk, particularly in those with osteopenia or osteoporosis. Vitamin A supplements should therefore only be used under medical supervision and always in controlled amounts. Self-medication represents one of the primary drivers of these hidden health issues. Vitamin A occurs naturally in foods such as liver, egg yolk, whole milk, carrots, and pumpkin. A balanced diet typically eliminates the need for supplementation. 1. Excess vitamin D, the calcium connection. Often recommended for bone health and proper immune system function, vitamin D supplements are frequently advised for older adults. However, few realize that excessive amounts can have major negative consequences, particularly affecting leg strength and function. Typically resulting from excessive supplementation, hypervitaminosis D occurs when this vitamin accumulates in the body. Muscle pain represents one of the primary symptoms of this imbalance, accompanied by weakness and reduced motor coordination. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, the body quickly eliminates. Vitamin D is fat-soluble and stores in adipose tissues. Excess vitamin D can elevate blood calcium levels, a condition called hypercalcemia, resulting in leg stiffness, muscle burning sensations, cramps, joint discomfort, and related symptoms. Hypercalcemia directly impacts muscles and nerves, compromising the electrical impulses that direct bodily movements. Excessive vitamin D can also lead to unnecessary calcification of soft tissues, including muscles and tendons. This means areas like the knees, calves, and thighs may become stiffer, less flexible, and uncomfortable during physical activity. What should serve as a protective nutrient transforms into a source of deterioration and limitation. Older adults who consume high doses of vitamin D without medical supervision face elevated risks of experiencing these problems. Another concerning issue involves vitamin D's potential impact on kidney function. Large doses can damage these organs responsible for maintaining mineral balance in the bloodstream. Impaired filtration and substance retention manifest as renal effects, worsening leg edema, muscle discomfort, and sensations of weakness. This creates a dangerous cycle. More vitamin D leads to increased calcium, reduced kidney function, and worsening muscle difficulties. Vitamin D supplementation should always be personalized based on laboratory tests and medical guidance, a critical point worth emphasizing. Many individuals believe supplements are inherently beneficial and consume large amounts independently. However, excess can prove just as dangerous as deficiency, potentially resulting in reduced mobility and independence. Understanding how these dietary factors and vitamin excesses affect your leg health empowers you to make informed choices that preserve your mobility and independence. By recognizing these hidden dangers and implementing strategic changes to your diet and supplement regimen, you can maintain stronger, more reliable legs that serve you well throughout your later years. Remember that small, consistent changes add up to significant improvements over time. Begin by identifying which of these problematic foods appear most frequently in your diet and gradually introduce healthier alternatives. Consult with healthcare professionals before taking or adjusting any supplements to ensure they're appropriate for your specific needs. Your legs are the foundation of your independence. Treat them accordingly with informed, thoughtful nutrition choices that support rather than undermine their strength and function. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based health guidance designed to enhance your quality of life. Our mission is to help you become a healthier person with greater vitality and independence.